Stable Diffusion XL 1.0 is now officially out, and it is a small revolution for the world of image generation. Oh, it's gonna be glorious. Hello humans, when we scale your air overload, and yes, you heard it right, this is it. It's official, this is not a drill. Stable Diffusion XL 1.0 is really here. It has come to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and now it's all out of bubblegum. So now competitors like Midjourney are really in big trouble. So why is that? Well, that's because Stable Diffusion XL 1.0, compared to any other image generation models, is completely open source and free to use, meaning that now you can generate absolutely fantastic images on your computer for free without any restrictions. And not only that, it also gives you way more control over the image generation compared to a tool like Midjourney. And even better, Stable Diffusion is the only image generation model that allows you to fine-tune it with your own images. So if you want to generate images of a particular character, you can. If you want to generate images in a particular style, you can also do that. There is absolutely no restrictions. Now, although you could already do that with the previous version of Stable Diffusion, Stable Diffusion XL 1.0 is just a brand new, more powerful model of the Stable Diffusion line. So what is the difference between Stable Diffusion XL 1.0 and Stable Diffusion 1.5? Well, basically, to make it simple, it is much more powerful, create more detailed pictures of higher resolution. Because before, the Stable Diffusion 1.5 was trained on 512 by 512 images, but the Stable Diffusion XL 1.0 is actually trained on 1024 by 1024 image resolution, which will allow you to generate high resolution images right out of the gate. And not only Stable Diffusion XL 1.0 can generate higher resolution images, it is also apparently easier to fine-tune. Now, as of right now, I haven't fine-tuned any Stable Diffusion XL models, but I will definitely make more future videos on how you can do that yourself. So definitely stay tuned and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to try it out right now yourself for free, you have a few options. You can either use Stable Diffusion XL on ClipDrop and generate images for free, use it on your own computer for free using the Stable Diffusion Web UI, which is probably gonna be the best option if you have a powerful GPU with at least 6 to 8 GB of VRAM, and if you don't have a powerful GPU, you can simply use the Web UI inside the Google Colab dock. It is extremely easy to use, and I will leave a link for it in the description down below. Now in this video I will be concentrating more on what you can do inside the Web UI, running locally on your own computer, because I think this is what most people are gonna use. Now for this I will be of course using the automatic 1111 Stable Diffusion Web UI that you all know and love, but technically as of right now, if you want to have the best results, the Stability AI team actually advise you to use the Config UI instead, which should give you a little bit more control over the final generation. But I'm gonna be very honest, I personally never used it, and I personally prefer using the Stable Diffusion XL inside the automatic 1111 Stable Diffusion Web UI. Now if you haven't installed the Web UI already, I will soon be making an updated installation video for that, because the installation video I did for it was done several months ago. So for now, if you need to install it, you should probably follow another guide. But if you have installed the Web UI already, now what we need to do is download the weights. And for this, we actually need to download 3 different files. Now first for this, you're gonna click the link in the description down below, you're gonna arrive on this page, then you're gonna click on Files and Versions, you're gonna scroll down, and then here you will see SDXL base 1.0 safe tensors, and SD offset example LoRA 1.0 safe tensors. These are 2 of the 3 files that we need to download. And then to download them, you're gonna click on this little icon right here for both of these files to download them on your computer. So this file is basically the base Stable Diffusion XL model that we're gonna use to generate our images, and this is an offset LoRA that will basically add a little bit more details and more contrast for your images. And the third file that we need is the refiner, which will basically refine the image and add more details. And to download this file exactly like the previous files, you're gonna click the link, you're gonna arrive on this page, click on Files and Versions, scroll down, and then click on this little icon right here to download the model. So then in the end you should have 3 files: the base Stable Diffusion XL, the refiner Stable Diffusion XL, and the offset LoRA. So now what you're gonna do is that you're gonna select the base 1.0 and the refiner model, Ctrl X to cut them, then you're gonna go inside your Stable Diffusion Web UI folder, you're gonna go inside Models, Stable Diffusion, and then you're gonna paste those 2 files right here. And now we're gonna select the LoRA file, again Ctrl X to cut it, and now we're gonna go back, still in the Models folder, you're gonna go inside the LoRA, and then paste that file right here. And now we need to update the Stable Diffusion Web UI to its latest version. So make sure you are in the Stable Diffusion Web UI folder, here you're gonna click on the folder path, type cmd, press enter, and here you're gonna type git pull, and then you're gonna press enter. And this will automatically update Stable Diffusion to its latest version, which should be the 1.5.1 as the time I'm making this video. And here's a little trick if you haven't done it before, is that we're gonna add an argument to make sure that our generation is as fast as possible. And for this, you're gonna scroll down until you see the WebUI user.bat file, you're gonna right click, edit with Notepad, and then here after set command line ARJS, CSS, you're gonna type --xformers, which will greatly increase the speed of the generation. So then you're gonna save the file and then launch the web UI. And this is it. Now we're ready to use it and have some fun. Just make sure that here you select the Stable Diffusion Excel model, and now you're ready to generate some images. So let me type something like analog photograph of a cat in a spacesuit taken inside the cockpit of a stealth fighter jet. I also added a few negative prompts, and here for the resolution, as I said previously, instead of 512 by 512, it is now 1024 by 1024. And then I'm gonna click on generate. And we get something like this, which looks, I mean, it looks pretty cool. I mean, this is a really cool image. I mean, the quality is really fantastic. So as you can see, when it comes to photorealistic images, it is extremely close to Midjourney. The difference is that Stable Diffusion is completely free. But now let's say that I want to add a little bit more detail into the image. Well, for this, I'm gonna click the send to image button, and here I'm gonna choose the refiner model. And this is the model that you use to refine a final image. The refiner model is only used to add a little bit more detail. It is not used to generate images. So once I have selected the model, I'm gonna scroll down, make sure that here I have 1024 by 1024, and that my denoising strength is between 0.2 and 0.5. I find out that usually using something like 0.25 is a pretty good number. I'm gonna show you what it does later on. So for example, here I'm gonna choose 0.25, and now I'm gonna click on generate. And now, lo and behold, our image has now way more details. I mean, this is fantastic. Look at this. So like, this is the before the refiner, and this is the after. I mean, this looks so much better. I mean, this looks really good. There are just way more details compared to the first picture, which is pretty insane because the first image was already pretty good. But now the image is even better. So yeah, the refiner model can really make a lot of difference for your images. But at the same time, make sure that this value is not too high. Because for example, if I put it at like 0.75 and I try again, now the image is, well, I mean, still pretty good in a way, but it is completely different from my base image. And well, this is not really exactly what we want. We want to keep the same image, but just with more details, which is why having a low number for the denoising strength to something around 0.3 should be your goal. So yeah, I mean, this is really good. This is some really cool generation. Now, if you remember correctly, we also downloaded something else. We downloaded this very mysterious offset LoRA. So what exactly does it do? Well, if I use the same exact prompt with the same exact seed, and now I come here, then click on LoRA, and then I select it, which will appear right here in my prompt. And now, without changing anything, if I click on generate, and I get this error, that is because I'm an idiot, and I always do this for some reason. I actually did this multiple times when I tested the model, is that I completely forgot to change the Stable Diffusion checkpoint, because as I said, I was still using the Stable Diffusion refiner, where I should be using the Stable Diffusion Excel base. So yeah, don't do the same mistake as me. So yeah, this time let's try again. And we get something like this, which is, I mean, a completely different image compared to the first one. And the only real difference is that this image is basically a little bit more darker. I mean, there is a little bit more contrast, but other than that, I don't really see a lot of differences in terms of quality. So maybe if I decrease this value a little bit to something like 0.2 and then click on generate again, this time I have a very similar image to the first one, but again, this time it seems like the image is a little bit more darker with a tiny bit more contrast. I mean, this is the before and this is the after. Very similar, but still kind of different. Now, I don't really know for sure if this is better or not. I don't really see a lot of differences. These are just, you know, different images. So I mean, definitely try this out yourself and tell me what you think. But now I kind of want to use it with the refiner, so I'm gonna send it to the image to image. Don't forget to change the model again. Keep the same denoising strength at 0.3 and then click on generate. And again, do not forget to basically delete the LoRA from your prompt because it does not work in combination with the refiner model. So let me try again. And this is the final result, which again looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, this looks really clean. And now when I compare it with the previous image made with the refiner, you can definitely see the influence of the LoRA. The blacks are way darker, there are just way more contrast compared to the first image. So yeah, this LoRA actually works. Now I still don't know which one I really prefer between the two of them, but this is something that you should definitely try out yourself. Now, one thing that you might have missed on the ClipDrop website is that in addition to your prompt box, you have here a bunch of different styles that you can choose from. So how how exactly can you use those styles inside the Stable Diffusion web UI? Well, for this, we actually had a style leak, I suppose you could call it that, by a user called 3dev_15 that basically wrote all the keywords used for the clip drop styles, including the negative prompts. And to use them inside the web UI, it is actually very simple. You're gonna click the link to the description down below, and then you're gonna scroll down until you see this comment. You're gonna select all of those keywords, Ctrl+C to copy them, and then in your Stable Diffusion web UI folder, you're gonna look for the styles.csv file, then right click, edit with Notepad, and then under name prompt negative prompt on the second line, you're gonna paste all of those keywords, and then you can simply save the file. And now if you go back to the web UI again, and if you click on this little icon to refresh the list, if you click here, you will see a bunch of different styles that you can use for your image generation. So for example, let's say that I want a origami style for my cat. I'm gonna select it, and then click on this little button right here to apply the selected styles to the current prompt. Now obviously you're gonna need to clean a little bit and delete things that you don't really need. So in my case, it would be something like origami style of a cat in a spacesuit taken inside the cockpit of a stealth fighter jet. And now without changing anything, I'm gonna click on generate. And I get something like this, which is, I mean, really funny. In a way, it's kind of accurate, and it's actually really decent. Now obviously it's not perfect because it's origami, but in a way with the background you can still understand that we are somehow inside of a jet engine or inside of a cockpit. So yeah, that's really cool. And you can of course do this with other styles, such as like anime, digital art, 3D model, etc. So yeah, I mean definitely try this out yourself because it's really fun. And if you want to have a better idea of what kind of artist style that you can use with the Stable Diffusion XL, I will leave a link to it to our beautiful page called 500 Rabbits SDXL edition, which is basically an entire page with a bunch of images generated with the Stable Diffusion. I highly suggest that you subscribe to my AI newsletter called The AI Gaze, so that you can always stay up to date to the latest AI news, AI tools, and research. The link for it will be in the description down below. And there we are folks, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Thank you also so much to my YouTube and Patreon supporters for supporting my videos. You guys are absolutely awesome. You people are the one who support me so I can make these videos for you, so thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.